got a surprise. We got a surprise, Nez.
What are you talking about?
Well, I don't know. We got a guy who's on the inside now, who's teasing us now that our show hinges upon him dropping by with a surprise.
We can't get rid of this guy, can we?
We're trying. We're trying.
We got him a job.
Yeah, I mean, so Numi's not here yet. He is in a meeting doing real stuff, doing real life behind closed doors, keeping the lobbies alive for us. And he just tells us, hang on about an hour, hang on, do your thing, do the hoops, do the primetime Palooza, and then I'm going to drop by with a nugget. So he's stealing your nuggets bit, and he's coming in here just dictating what's happening on the show, huh?
Stealing bits, stealing the show. I mean, where does this guy get off? I tell you.
He's right here. When Numi? When Numi is the age-old question. What we in the business call a tease there, because he's gonna be dropping by, and I honestly have no idea. So I mean, this could be fun. I have no idea what. I hope it's not something stupid, like he's just gonna come give us his Joshua Dobbs take or some shit like this after the trade. I hope it's something good, but I have a feeling that he wouldn't set it up like this if it wasn't something really good.
I know. We love the excitement out of our lovely co-host. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Time will tell. But in the meantime, man, I gotta get you in these hoop streets for today.
Okay.
We love the gross slates, man. That's what all the sharps like. The sharps love the shitty slates, and we have an absolute.
I'll see myself out then.
We have an absolute shitstorm on tap. And,
okay.
I think it's time that we kind of shed some light on the place. We ran pretty hot yesterday.
Does Numi have the Booker news? Because that could be the slate defining nugget that we need.
He would not be happy if that was the news. He would be devastated.
Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, define running hot. You were all over the DeJounte and the Jaylen Brown plays, so shout out there. Those were basically the guys you needed, and if you could put them together even. Then we got the late swap off of Bam stuff, got to Tyler Hero. That was a sicko's dream, because if you're waiting on that nugget and the recreationals aren't, I mean, Tyler Hero was basically undrafted, and I just swapped them all over the place instantly, right? So that was good. Your boy had a sweat last night at the winner takes all. I was in first and in fifth, and at one point I was first and second. And then I stopped kind of looking, went to puck, thought I had a good chance because I still had a Jamal Murray going with that second lineup. And it appeared I got overtaken by another Jamal Murray plus AD one late there. AD went off in the late night hammer. But shout out to our guy Bonza, taking down that winner take all. Member of the Discord, good puck in his own right. So I mean, if you're gonna lose to a member of the community, right? So that was a good one.
We'll take it.
And then, man, a whole bunch of friendly faces up tops the Monday Night Hoops there. T-Box had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lineups inside the top 15. You had one in the top 20. Andy's up there. Cowboys up there. Juice McCaffrey's up there. I mean, it's just a who's of the brigade in last night's leaderboard, man.
I had like three or four in the top 20, and then AD happened, and then that kind of bumped everything down. Yeah. It was a crazy slate. I mean, that's going to be one of the more high scoring slates I think we'll see like all season. Based on how well all the studs did.
Yeah, 336, and we saw Luka smash, we saw AD smash, we saw Steph smash, we saw
Jokic, like so many 60 balls.
Still, Jokic smashed and like didn't matter that much, which is so weird because of the combos that you could get, right?
Exactly. So crazy slate. And now, I mean, talk about whiplash going from yesterday, just like an embarrassment of riches, into today is kind of funny. I mean, now I'm like frothy anytime I get like a 6th round Jeremy Sochan today. So it's,
Yesterday we're looking at former former second round pick Jaylen Brown. Like last year, we're taking him in the second no matter what. Sometimes back into the first. He's going in the sixth in this slate. And tonight it's like, what about Norm Powell and Jeremy Sochat? Yeah.
He might get 20 minutes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's what we're looking at.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and bring up the platform of the people. We will start in the hoops. I think the big looming thing is Spider. He is Donovan Mitchell is on the cover there for a reason. Hold on, let me clear the top secret information out of there for a second. Yeah, the looming Q tag I think is a pivotal decision on the slate here, obviously. And then Karis LeVert just got added to the injury report with a Q tag as well at the, I guess it's 1:30 Eastern report there. So I mean, short slate Q tags are going to define because of the usage that's going to push other directions here if they happen to be ruled out. That being said, nationally televised game. And you know what we've said about the nationally televised game yesterday, if people were listening, there are now fines in place if you sit out due to rest. So they have to have legitimate injuries to sit out or else the team will get fined, blah, blah, blah. So these players that have Q tags on these slates, I'm going to err on the side of, I think they're playing most of the time when it is nationally televised games.
Yeah, I think that's a safe assumption. And you could kind of read some tea leaves and say, oh, well, if they're giving LeVert the late Q tag, they probably anticipate Donovan Mitchell being able to go. And he was at shoot around, went through everything fine. Things are trending positively for him. LeVert is a game time decision. So there is that. But regardless, he opened up at like ADP 10.5, 11. And it was only because of his last game. And the only reason his last game happened is because Donovan Mitchell was out. So he's been a bad ADP this entire contest. It's just, he's part of the reason why I'm going so heavy into today, on top of the fact that it is 80K in the prize pool. Shout out to Numi and Hope on that one. So the combination of like the LeVert ADP and this prize pool being is like insane as it is. It has me like I'm on my way to maxing today, which is the first time I've maxed for hoops.
I mean, of all the slates to do it, but I mean, you lent some good reasons as to why. We're getting some breaking news on the other side here. We just got the Devin Booker officially ruled out, so that alleviates the conversation that our sick minds were going to have about 6th round D tag and how he's not actually ruled out yet, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Thank God is right.
I took out a $60 insurance policy on Devin Booker.
Yeah. You got a bunch of lineups in there. You got 12 lineups in there.
Yeah. I did 12 last night. So that way I could auto the rest and not have to worry about it. I mean, like if that insurance policy cashes out, I mean, like you're sitting pretty goddamn pretty. But thankfully, I don't have to worry about that because that just makes things gross, especially on a slate like this. Like it would completely nuke the slate. So thank God for that. Now we can really open the floodgates, and maybe people will start double counting these Phoenix Suns ADPs.
Yeah, that probably, right? Like because they're already pushed up to do so, and now you think people will be like, "Oh, now we officially got that ruling. Let's push up Goodwin more. Let's push up Eric Gordon more."
Oh yeah, definitely. It's a natural occurrence.
Yeah, that's true. Like any tidbit of news, we do see that knee-jerk reaction, right?
That's what makes this place great, man.
Yeah, damn straight. Yeah, I didn't fall for the Duran one last night. I fell for the Cade, man. Never Cade. Cade's done here.
Banless for sure.
James asking if we've seen the SNL dog skit yet. Did they I mean, like I know SNL did a dog skit like years ago. And I don't know, did Underdog remake it in some capacity associated with it? Give me a little more background on that, James. I'm really interested what you're talking about. Like
I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, I'm not an avid watcher of SNL anymore.
Can't say I am either.
Yeah, so I feel like SNL was a staple of like our parents' generation, where it was like, I mean, that was the pop culture. That was the Twitter of their era.
Well, right. That was the comment. That was like when satire and like political and natural like common current day commentary was like able to be done and like executed like in a funny way. But now like with like social media and like how quickly like we are already like making fun of the thing that just happened 5 minutes ago, it's like you're already old news and like corny by the time you get to do your well executed and like well written jokes like on Saturday night. Like it's over. Like you got to find something new to make fun of. So it just like social media kind of killed it. And also it just got like, I don't know, less funny.
Yeah, that's fair, man. Well, it probably just got more PC too, right? Like it was like you can't do as much on network TV, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about this slate. So I think there is a grand disparity with the front end. We've seen Kevin Durant now for 2 games without Beal and without Book, and it's just like, oh my God, the usage just goes his whole way, no matter what, right? The Utah game, like he still put up a great stat line for only 29 minutes, but it just like wasn't in contention late kind of deal. So he didn't have to play these gaudy 39-36 that he was playing the night before. Like, I don't know if you watched any of this Lakers game where he put up the 39 minutes there. It was just like the last 10 possessions were just him playing by himself. Like that's all it was. It was like that. Old school like ISO ball shit, right? It was just like, oh yeah, put the ball in his hands and get the F out the way.
Yeah, he absolutely took over. And I mean, he has the chance to do some serious damage against the Spurs in like under 30 minutes. And I mean that's obviously why he's got the ADP of 1-1. Like it's not even, there's not even a second thought about who should be at the 1-1. But I've seen other people go with the 1-1. So
interesting. Okay.
I mean, just like once or twice, Donovan Mitchell and Kawhi Leonard, I think maybe Julius Randle or Wemby. One of them was Anthony Black. So I immediately just like
hit this one's getting tossed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't normally do a lot of manual drafts, but because I've done so many auto and I am planning on maxing, I wanted to make sure I was handcrafting some of these.
I was going to ask you that the other day because these games didn't used to have the absurd amount of push the planers. And now we know that a large majority, and even I say a large majority in quotations, but let's call it 15 to 20 users who are full-fledged auto draft maxer bros, right?
Mm-hmm.
That makes up 2,500 entries, maybe something like that.
Right.
Do you think there's an edge for the hand builder bros to come into these lobbies and be like, well, these guys don't care about the correlation patterns. They don't care if they just have over and over again Randall, Brunson, and RJ Barrett on the same team over and over again. Like they don't care about like that because it's, in theory, it's limiting the ceiling. I don't know. Like I'm not sharp enough to have done like all the math on this. Maybe that's a good conversation we can have with Rinpack one day when he reached out and wanted to talk about
something.
Because I mean, dude, he's got a mind for these hoops. So maybe that's a conversation we can have about that. But just to ask you, like macro thinking wise, do you think there is some resurgence of the hand builder bro in terms of like, I got 10 smart, well-crafted lineups in this 3-person, or do you think the auto draft maxer still has an edge on some of these short slates?
The stars would like really have to align, I think, for you to maybe like take advantage of an auto draft person that is in your lobby with you. I will say, I mean, unless the auto draft bro is not checking in on their exposures and just getting like fully exploitative, yeah, like you still have the edge. But ultimately, like at the end of the day, if that person has more drafts than you, like they have the edge over you. So, I that's why I'm kind of like do a little bit of a hybrid, like get my volume in, and then from there, when I draft on my own, I'm aware of my exposures. I'm aware of who I'm light to, and then do things that I know are not happening when I'm not
in your autos. Yeah. Exactly. Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's a classic Nedge head. No, I like.
It's not even like a hedge as much as it is just
No,
like,
yeah.
you know, like, hey, if I know I'm drafting at volume, especially on a slate like this, where
Okay.
like the player pool is so condensed because we only have 3 games, like you're not really getting past like Dean Wade. Like, I hope you're not going past Dean Wade. Like, like it's so
Yeah.
everybody's drafting the same guys. So
Okay. Yeah, it's fair. It's interesting that Nick comes in here. Nick obviously great hoops mind and had some great success in these contests. And he's suggesting that he hand builds 90%. But then the other end of the spectrum is like a guy like Andy or a guy like you or a guy like me who's like doing a lot of auto drafting in these drafts. T-Box doing 100% auto drafting almost, right? Like where it's just you could see both styles get there. I don't know. You could run the ROI calc on the time Nick spends versus the time T-Box spends or Andy spends, and then you could find out, who actually has the higher win rate. But I don't know. It's just a fun process to think through because I don't know. Maybe I feel like maybe in a 150 sample on a slate that's like short like this, I think I could instantly throw out 7 to 10 of my auto drafts. Like that they're just like, oh, how the hell did I get 5 Suns on this lineup? Okay, I would never do that. Like, you know what I mean? Like just by
yeah,
randomness,
and I
right?
don't even
Yeah.
like scour through my auto drafts really. Like, I
Mhm.
don't really look at like maybe that's something that's a step further I should take, but it's like that's part of the benefit of doing the auto drafts is like you're just straight up like out of sight out of mind with those things. And yeah, if you
Yeah.
want to calculate time spent, like whatever, I personally don't. I strictly look at like contest results in a vacuum and not think about like time spent. So if you were to give me obviously like auto drafter with ranks that are dynamic or not versus like a 150 hand builder, give me the 150 hand build.
Yeah, yeah.
For sure.
That yeah. Magikarp alluding to something similar in here, right? Where he's just like the push the plane, bros. If you're in those with the auto drafters who aren't pushing the plane, it's insane. Actually, Nick also saying he doesn't max, so
Okay.
there's something there. This is why I posed the question, Clay. Yeah, I agree with you. I think these are the hardest slates for the non-maxers, like the shorter ones. Yeah,
Yeah, I would say so. I
yeah,
mean, just because like you're up against 150s that are maximizing their combos like extraordinarily, but also like I would I would love to like isolate like 10 of my hand built lineups and just to like see like how those did, because
yeah.
I mean like you're not like you can still have a good night without maxing on a small slate. Like, you know what I mean? Like it to
No,
me
for sure. Yeah.
yeah, it doesn't seem like it's a death sentence necessarily if you like, let's say you don't like some of the just because ADP today too just doesn't feel correct.
Okay, well, let's get into it then because that's good. Yeah, the push the pain movement. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
real.
it's real. Carlos has pushed it to push the goddamn plane. We're
Yeah.
getting to the next level here. Push the plane, people. If you're not in the lobbies, do those extra 3 clicks of service for your fellow draft users. It makes for a much better game environment. We need Andy's bot to make sure it pushes the plane too. Um,
Yeah.
this is interesting for Carlos and speaks to maybe why he was so good predominantly last year in the 2-game slates for NFL. Is he's like, yeah, man, I hand build up to 75, 100 if he has time. Like that makes a lot of sense to me in NFL for the correlation principles that exist there. Like that might speak volumes as to why he was so good in the NFL streets last year.
Yeah, and it's easier to hand build in hoops because you can multi-table like way easier than you can in
That's
NFL.
good point. Very good
Correlation
point.
patterns are like not, you rarely have to worry about it. Like, especially on this slate, it's like take the best plays. If I do end up with like 3 on a team, generally like it's I have some level of confidence about it if I'm doing it
Right.
myself.
Okay. Cool. All
Yeah,
right, let's just do
get past the 101.
yeah, classic us. And then Numi popping in between meetings when drafts. Yeah,
Well,
classic
we
man. It's
established who the 101 is. It was a
oh
lot
my
of debate
god.
if you can't tell too about who should go there.
Crutch is saying that on average he hand builds 25 to 50 and then largely dependent on combos he's seen in my autos. Like, interesting. Yeah. I think I have a similar process to that. Like mine is very similar to that. Like I think I
Mhm.
auto but I mean, I don't 150 every day. Yeah. Anyways, I think it's just good conversation. Okay,
Oh, of course.
what are we doing on this slate here? I'm gonna pull up the totals and stuff like that too, real quick, just so we can get a glimpse. Is there a game environment that you like best, Nez? Obviously, this Cleveland Knicks one is way down, but for whatever reason, the majority of the star talent that goes in the first couple of rounds comes from the lowest total game environment here.
Hmm.
Just interesting that happens when it is kind of the lowest pace and lowest total game there with the Q tags. But yeah, what are you seeing macro wise from the slate?
Well, right now, just kind of like you mentioned, it is kind of interesting that the low total is featuring so many draft picks in the first round. But
Mhm.
obviously, that's just the way that like volume is like, or the way that points are condensed in this game. Mitchell for sure is my 102. Been my 102, and I've gotten a ton of him because when I'm autoing from 4 and 5, people will let Mitchell fall, or they were letting him fall. Don't think that's going to be the case anymore. So just kind of rolling with that there. Evan Mobley being a 3 ADP is just like not correct, but you
Yeah, I
can't,
agree with
but
you.
I don't want to fully fade him. So
Right.
trying to get to like 16% Mobley if I can, but it's right now he's just way too expensive when you have the Clippers against the Magic, and the Magic are coming off a back to back, and they're also like not that good. I mean, they are. I think they just took their first loss last night, so I mean, I
Yep.
should probably watch my mouth, but I'm not like worried about them as a matchup. But of course, I mean, we have the Spurs and the Suns being the highest total, and we have the Suns with lower ADPs and a lot of usage to go around because we now have we knew we had Beal out, and now we have Booker out. And there's just a lot of ways that you can work the Suns into your lineups. So I mean, they're always there. They always feel comfortable. Spurs, I'm really into as well, and they are just always there too. So
Uh-huh.
it's just like really interesting. But the thing is they're hard to project, right? Like, yeah, they're in good spots. Like both of these, this should be a track meet, but who do you go with? And for me, the answer is just like everybody.
Okay. Well, that's interesting that you say everybody. I think Wemby's the biggest wild card on the slate because we've seen both ends of the spectrum now, where it's like he can give you a 50 burger if he gets 30 minutes, right? Like that range of outcomes if the stocks follow. So I think between him and Evan Mobley, those are the two biggest decision points in the first round and a half, right?
Yeah, like for sure.
So
And he's always going to be overdrafted unless he's coming off like a poor game on a big slate. But granted, we have nobody else to draft today. And he's up against the Suns. He's definitely going to be heavily drafted today. And I have 12 Wemby teams out of, or I need to see on the, because I don't want to include my double ups here.
uh-huh.
12 Wemby teams out of 95 thus far. Those were like forcefully clicked.
Okay. Yeah,
For
no,
sure.
yeah. I mean, if you're just looking at like raw projections and whatever, like, yeah, I'm not clicking it a ton right now either.
Hmm.
Um, that you mentioned double ups. Do you want to answer Noah's question here? Just like, how do you approach double ups comparative to the main slate here and the Q tags? Are you comfortable with Q tags and double ups? And what's your thought there?
Yeah, I kind of like go like 50-50. So I'll do my first 15 off of based on like what I feel is like correct and like exploiting, and really pushing down bad ADPs in my opinion,
Okay.
and do 15, and then I'll wait for ETR to come out, and then I'll do like the next 15 of mine with like a heavy hand on their projections, and then I kind of then I do like a hybrid for the rest of mine. But I do my double up autos and separate from my main slate
Okay.
autos to
Yeah, so you do. Yeah, so they don't overlap at the same time period in which you're doing it. So those rosters look slightly different.
yeah, which is kind of tough depending on when you're doing it, because sometimes those lobbies can take a little bit to fill. But
Hmm.
I guess yeah, but all that, I mean, that was a lot of words, but ultimately like not really, I
Okay.
guess,
Yeah. Nick brings up a really good point, although great assault because Nick is a Knicks guy, right? Like he was last year. He was sitting courtside Knicks for the postseason game there and stuff like that. But Mitchell Robinson owns Mobley and stole his lunch money in the playoffs last year. He is not wrong about that. Like that is grown ass man in low block versus beanpole. That is that's just the eye test for me. Confirms these priors from Nick.
Mitchell Robinson is my second highest owned player today. So
Like it. Okay. I mean, it's interesting because like, what are they gonna go to at the 5 without Mobley on the floor? Like, it gets ugly without Jared Allen there to play some backup 5 minutes and or just have some size on the court at the 4. Like, big body Mitchell Rob makes a lot of sense.
yeah, I mean, is it Tristan Thompson? Is it Monty? Like, what's going
Good Canadian
on there?
boy. Good Canadian boy.
Yeah, I don't know if you can call him good, man. He's been on some bad behavior for a minute. But if Mitchell Robinson can just like continue to like not foul, then we're cooking with fucking grease, man.
Yeah.
Love me some Mitch Rob tonight. And really it's just like the fact that he has like such like an enormous ceiling based on where he goes. I feel like there's these other guys can't really touch what he brings as far as ceiling goes. And ceiling, of course, is fairy dust, but you have a guy that, can give you four blocks, with double digit boards on a slate like this. We love that.
Yeah, I mean, I could take it one step further and be like 6th round Hartenstein makes a lot of sense too, because the matchup's still the exact same. And then if Mitchell Robinson gets in foul trouble, like he's prone to do on occasion, you just go for it.
I have not seen Hartenstein get drafted, so
yeah, I know. It's just one of those little like scrolling up down ones that I mixed in once or twice.
I love that for you.
Yeah, let's talk about some other names in here. It's actually funny they got Isaiah Mobley on the team too. They're trying to catch lightning in the bottle, similar to like the Bucks adding Giannis's brother.
That's hilarious.
That's pretty dope.
Mobley was there too.
Oh man. Yeah. So favorite, Crutches has a good question in the chat here. Hashtag definitely not touts, just guys who play the games and predominantly suck at them. But hey, just kidding. Nez is good. Let's talk about some of your favorite backhand targets, favorite targets relative to ADP. Let's pull those bad boys up. If you're not going, Mobley, who are you liking in this range more? If you're not going Wemby, who you're not liking more in that range? And then kind of like some of the later targets that you've been going after.
So for me right now, like I got a lot of concentration on the later rounds, and then just kind of letting like RNG handle my top end of things. So a lot of Donovan Mitchell and a lot of Brunson. Some Russ. I thought I would have more Paul George. I had Paul George up there. I guess I was just like imagining that I had a lot of Paul George, but I like him and Kawhi. I mean, I like George more than Mobley, but ADP kind of makes that tough. So it's like I think
you got to get exploitative here if you're 150ing, like just in terms of like implementing full fade Mobley is like totally fine by me if you just put George in front of him and take George at 3 over and over again.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing, and I've seen other people like I think at least when I'm paying attention and not autoing, I've seen it done a little bit as well. Nothing like really in this front end that I dislike. Like I like all this. Like where it really gets egregious is the Karis LeVert, and I moved Karis LeVert all the way like out of my rankings because I don't even want to like get him at a discount. I just don't think that is good process at all. Him being there. So the thing that's go ahead.
He had that nice game last game, but it took 44 minutes to get there. But I mean,
against the Pacers.
Yeah, 44 minutes against the Pacers, pace up spot. Yeah, you're right.
Donovan Mitchell. So no, thank you there. So like, I think this is kind of like easier to dissect like team by team, and the Magic are really like tough to dissect and to get a pulse on, because like Banchero.
I'll just say one thing on the Magic. Originally, I was thinking like Jonathan Isaac, just fantasy point per minute monster if he gets a little bit of run. I was just like putting him in the back there, and I was like, maybe, but I don't think he's going to. I think he's going to sit today on the back to back, even though they didn't travel or anything.
They're babying him too, so
yeah, they're babying him. Anyway, so I don't know how that affects rotation minutes and whatever. It's literally only like 9 minutes on most nights, right? Like what's he been playing? 11, 7, 14. I don't know. I would just wanted to say while we were talking Magic that I think he sits tonight. So wherever you attribute those minutes to like some of the other like 4s or 3s or whatever you want to do with them.
Yeah, it doesn't really affect
you. Okay.
Now.
Okay.
So it's just kind of interesting because like you have Banchero with like a huge premium price tag of 12, and it's like and if you're just gonna look at what he's done this season so far, extremely like not warranted. But it's just been like a little goofy because no one on the Magic have been like really paying off like strong dividends with like their fantasy points per minute. Like Wendell Carter Jr. has been Suggs. I've got a lot of Suggs. He's my highest owned Magic. But like, I'm not sure whether or not to give too much credence into what I've seen so far this year.
Yeah.
Given that they are like playing like a Clippers team that is, has like 7 guys going today. I am like really down on Wendell Carter and Banchero. Like I don't really want those guys. I want more Cole Anthony, but Cole Anthony's ADP is definitely higher than what than what it says in the app, because I have Cole Anthony like 3 spots ahead of ADP and I can't get him. So people are boosting up Cole Anthony. I don't have a lot of Wagner and I don't have a lot of Fultz. So I'm just like light on the Magic in general. And I think part of it is because they're the only team on the back-to-back in this slate. And also it's like nobody on this team is like a fantasy points per minute monster. So I'm like comfortable just like being like at bay on the Magic. But Banchero could have like his like a 40 or a 50 tonight. Like that's definitely in his range of outcomes.
Yeah. I was pushing up Wagner and Suggs. That was kind of like my move, like where I was just trying to get a little bit over the field on those two. Those were my favorite spot on that team thus far.
I'm a Suggs apologist.
I kind of am too. And then now that we've seen a little bit of it, the last 2 games rather, I'm kind of like, ooh, is it happening? Is it happening? Like, is this?
I mean, what happened last year is every time that you thought Suggs was usable on a small slate, he would turn around and give you like less than 20 fantasy points, and it was just like the most tilting thing ever. But maybe times are changing.
Yeah. It's an interesting point from Nick. Yeah, Cole and Suggs fun because the starter played some high minutes last night, so it wouldn't be crazy to see more from the bench guys.
Yeah, Wagner played 36, Fultz played 32, Wendell Carter played 35. A lot of minutes.
Yeah,
those starters for sure.
Yeah, that's a really good shout there. I mean, like Cole Anthony only played 21 last night, and then basically the bench did nothing other than Gary Harris was playing 21 as well. So, yeah, it's a pretty astute point there. Have we got any injury update from them? Like I got the injury report here, the 1:30 p.m. Eastern one. I'm gonna hit the refresh here and just see if we got the 2:30, if anything changed. That's where we got the out. Yeah, Powell still questionable. Zubac still questionable.
Those guys are playing.
Yeah, they're not the national TV game. The other 2 are. I mean, we haven't even talked about how Harden's going to change up that team in that rotation because it doesn't apply to tonight at all. But that's a pretty fun trade for the Clippers. And it just, man, they're still not the best team in the West, but they're come playoff time. Like, I want to play the Clippers. Like, what?
Yeah, it's a pretty nasty like starting lineup for them. It will make things a bit of a headache for fantasy purposes, but thank God we don't have to worry about that right now. But Zubac and Norm Powell are 100% playing because they won't have anybody else to put on the floor if they're not.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Like Rocco is gone, Terrence Mann
yeah.
is not playing.
Yeah, Terrence Mann's already out. Yeah.
Yeah, like they have to play.
Yeah, let's see this rotation just for a second here. Well, that also speaks to your point that like I mean, Bones has been getting clicked in the 6th round because he'll play regardless, but like I mean that 21 minutes could go up, maybe 26 range, 27 if one of those two guys. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Is
Bones,
Mason Plumlee a click for you?
No.
Okay.
No, he probably should be, but he's not. I mean, they like he's gonna probably play 25 tonight, maybe only 20 if they like for somehow, some way. But I mean, like they are depleted. And Bones, like you mentioned, like sometimes you kind of have to click Bones, but he's almost certainly just like a 1 fantasy point per minute play.
Oh yeah, I mean if that, yeah, 100%. Yeah, interesting stuff. Okay. I kind of, maybe I don't disagree, but like I was kind of getting exploitative at the top of the draft boards, and I was full fading Mobley, and I was pushing Wemby down to like 8, and then I mean I just never love Russ. Those Russ games can come, right, but I just never love Russ, so I was kind of off that too, and it led me to a lot of Randall, a lot of George and Kawhi in the first couple rounds there. And then I was kind of similar with you until I remembered my principle: no carish, no cash. So I don't know. Cash is this lineup Levert. If people remember the callback of last year. No, yeah, I was pushing up. I was trying to take Vassal at that like 12-13 in line with Durant.
Yeah.
And then I didn't have as much Mitch Rob, but you guys are selling me this pen on that one that might not be bad, or that might be bad of me. T-Box alluding to, as Juice McCaffrey alludes to in the chat here, that he hopes Numi's announcement is that wasn't it. He hopes Numi's announcement is a new NBA contest that T-Box was not allowed to win. Classic. Oh, breaking news from GA. The Niners get Chase Young. Yeah,
for a third round pick.
Oh my God. That's a way better deal than that Bears deal.
Bears are hilarious, man. They're so funny for what everything they do.
God. Okay, let's talk about the Spurs, and then let's draft here, because I think it's interesting what you decide to do with Zach Collins, Keldon Johnson, all those guys in kind of like the middle round. And then you alluded to liking Jeremy Sochan. Well, Jeremy Sochan was lasting to like the 5th and 6th round. He's not anymore. So what are you doing with those guys? Are you trying to get over the field on Spurs guys? Who is the correct Spurs guy to click?
I mean, you can't really go wrong with any of them, man. I just love them all against the Suns. Like, this Suns team right now is just like obviously just kind of a shell of themselves. I think they can all kind of give you the scores that you need to find yourself in a nice position for tonight because of the slate that we're looking at. I have the top 6 Spurs in my player pool. I think Vassal is a great click.
Yep.
We love Keldon Johnson. Yeah, thank you, Crutches. Noted. Noted. There. Sohan, yeah, point Sohan. We love Jeremy Sohan around these parts. He fills it up, as Numi would say, for a guy that contributes across the stat sheet. Fills it up that way.
Fills it up. Yeah. All categories fills it up.
Yeah, and like Trey Jones is totally fine too. Zach Collins, I think could really have himself a night too. If he finds himself with quite a few stocks, I think he's like double territory along with a few stocks. So okay. I mean, he feels great. All of these Spurs feel really good, and they make up.
Said no one ever before this moment.
Well, This is
I
what we're
think
working with.
I think they feel good because of the ambiguity and because of the potential total and pace of that game.
Yeah, and in context of the slate too. I mean, you can draft. Okay, you don't want the Spurs. Okay, draft the Knicks versus the Cavs, or draft the Cavs in that matchup, or
Mhm.
take the Orlando Magic off a back to back. Like
Right.
now, tell me who you want. Like,
Yeah, no, that's a very fair point. That's a very fair point. Jordan Goodwin, I was right on him, then wrong on him twice this year now, where I didn't think he would start, and then he didn't start, and then Grayson Allen didn't matter, and Eric Gordon's still been starting, this sort of thing. But I think he's getting healthier because he had a little something with the thigh and it was hamstring or something like that, and he's wearing like the one leg sleeve out there and that sort of deal. He is T-Box threw out a tweet earlier, and you got to pay attention when the guy who had 5 lineups in the top 15 last night says a little something. He says his favorite click in the third/fourth round right now. Where are you coming out on Goodwin? Because you were the Goodwin over Gordon guy early, were you not? One of the
mm-hmm,
first couple weeks there, yeah.
mm-hmm. Right now, I've got a lot of Goodwin, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, he's my third highest player right now.
Okay.
Being that point guard position for the Suns is definitely a nice place to be. Hasn't eclipsed 30 minutes yet, I don't believe, but
No.
I mean, the fact that he can give you like 5 and 5 for boards and dimes, get you double digit points, and can tack on a steal or two. Maybe now that he's gotten some more run, we can see a bump up in minutes. That would be fantastic for my shares. But
Do you think there's any chance he starts tonight over Eric Gordon?
No, probably not. I think Eric Gordon is a locked in starter for sure.
Okay.
I think he should like bump out like a Kogi or Grayson, but I don't think that we're going to see that.
Yeah.
I think he's more
Grayson
of a
scored
second unit
17
guy.
the other night, but he hasn't been great.
He scored 17 in like 1,000 minutes. So
Yeah.
I'm just like,
Yeah,
he's still a good click. Yeah, there's only
30 minutes. 30
but
minutes.
still, Grayson Allen getting 30 minutes is a lot. And I think I've got a little bit of your boy Eubanks. I've got just as much Eubanks as I do Eric Gordon.
Okay.
I Gordon's going to play a ton of minutes, but I think that 32 and 25 is a bit of an aberration, and I'm not chasing that, but he is going to play a lot of minutes for sure.
I'll take the 18 Eubank minutes in the sixth there, with the potential of those bumping up and him being able to score in almost the same facet as Yusuf could if he gets into foul trouble or whatever. His upside's capped, obviously. Like, he needs something to happen in front of him because he's backup 5. But I just think when he's out on the floor, he does enough that for a 6th round pick on a 6-game slate, he's a guy that I want to be overexposed to.
Yeah, if things break his way, he's 100% the guy you need. So,
Right.
and it's not like an absurd range of outcomes for Eubanks to get there for you.
Yeah, and I don't think I can say the same about some of the other guys in the 6th round tonight. Like,
exactly.
I don't think like, it's really hard to envision like Bones Highland being the guy you need. Like,
because like Bones Highland's like ceiling is like let's say he puts up like 30, like he scores 30 real life points. Like, that's an awesome Bones Highland game, and then it equates to like 31 fantasy points,
36 fantasy. Yeah, exactly.
Like nothing.
Yeah,
like,
and then
like
a couple.
need,
if he scores 31, he's turning it over 5 times too. So,
right, you got to dock some points off for that. So
yeah,
if he's handling the ball that much, you're absolutely right. So, for me, for the Suns, I mean, like, these guys are all in play, but I think Nurk definitely feels like really good, and I have him over Russ right now in my ranks. But I think Russ, given the depleted Clippers team, is like in line to like do it all today. So I think I want to get more Westbrook today.
Okay, sounds good. Do you have a stand on the Isaac Okoro? Like, if Okoro doesn't, like, I don't know, like, if Karras doesn't go, does Okoro get enough of a bump to bump his ADP? Is he fine where he's already at right now?
I'm really light on Okoro right now. So Might need to change that, but
well, he seemed like my accidental like fade due to casualty in the middle here as well, right? Where it was like, give me some upside of like Zubac or Norm Powell or Jeremy Sochan. Like, give me a little bit of that in this range instead of going to Josh Okogie or Isaac Okoro.
It's exactly where I've been.
Yeah. It just feels like if he's the guy that beats me, okay.
That's what I mean. I will say the Levert. I mean, like the Levert for Mitchell, like swap there, and then insert a Okoro. Yeah, it definitely becomes like a little real. But I mean, Max Strus has a much higher ADP, and it looks like he's only climbing now with the Levert news. But I wanted Strus, obviously, but like, who wouldn't want Strus over Okoro? Just feel like it has to be said, given our audience.
Right. Yeah. No. Yeah. A couple shouts in the chat here. Bonesaw, we gave you a shout out at the top there, supplanting me in the winner takes all. Big shouts there, and giving Nez a little flowers for that Jaylen Brown call. Love to see it. Congrats on the big win. And then go Cards. Go AZ Cards in here. Really don't do hoops, but watching yesterday, wanted to jump in and then takes down the dad dunking after dark. You love to see it, man. Big shouts.
Wow.
Like, that's incredible. Loved it. Love it so much. I mean, like, this is why we do all of these sports, right? Like, we love drafting. We love talking about all these sports. Like, we got enough knowledge across all of it, but we want to inspire other people to get outside of their comfort zone. Just stop drafting NFL and get over here. Stop drafting. You do puck. Great. All right. Come do a little bit of this too. So, let's rip a hoops draft here. And
I think we got a special guest here.
Oh, it's not time for the news yet. He's too soon.
I mean, he can at least hang out with us, right?
No, absolutely not.
Oh God, he's forcing his way in.
Hello.
Welcome to the show, Numi. How are you?
Oh, we're doing just fine. It's hard to keep the excitement in like just kept right now because it's boiling over. But irons are they have been in the fire. They are now cooked.
Ooh.
And the product is ready to be shown. So I'm excited.
Okay.
Has this news dropped yet?
It has not. It has not dropped. It is not nowhere to be found. But it will be found somewhere if you just keep watching this show, because that's the only way you're going to get it. Basically, first second knowledge about that. So
I've never been so excited. This is good. All right. Okay, well, let's rip this draft, and then you think the dudes will be ready after this draft, or what are you thinking?
I do think it could be ready right after this draft.
Okay, all right, let's do it.
Got me just at my seat with the anticipation.
Everybody is. It's so sketch. We have no idea what's going on.
I will say also, there's just a couple fun things happening in general today. There's not just one. There's two surprises. Well, not on the show. But there's fun things happening. We're cooking up things.
Oh my
dare I say, nobody works harder. No, I'm just kidding.
You can say it. You can say it.
You're allowed to.
Yeah.
All right.
Nobody works harder than John.
We get the 103 here, and we roll the Evan Mobley decision. We're sticking to our guns. We are saying he is mispriced on this slate. We are saying Mitchell Robinson eats his lunch. Who would you take instead of him, Nez?
Paul George.
Okay. Let's do Paul George then.
It's got to be Paul George.
Yeah. Do you like the spot for George more than Kawhi then?
Or I'm always Paul George over Kawhi at this point in their careers. I will be that way on a slate, like almost unless there's like some context to make me think otherwise as far as like injuries or something. I'm always going to be Paul George over Kawhi. I think, they have more pressure to play Kawhi now, but like because of the new rules and everything. Mm-hmm. But I think Paul George is gives you more on a given slate.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. Matt, this team in the postseason though, like they could be so fun. Like George Russell, like Harden. I don't know.
They just got to all stay healthy.
4 of them?
I mean,
you make Russ be like the off the bench 6 guy and like run the second unit.
I don't think you start off all 4. No.
I think you would ideally have Russ off the bench. But
yeah.
I don't know.
Let's say
you start 3 and then kind of do a stagger like they do with like Giannis, where all of a sudden Giannis plays a quick 4 minutes and then he's out of the game. So then they could stagger him well.
More teams are doing that now. Like more teams are doing. We get the Russ to come back to us. Are we gonna go ahead and click Russ here? You said you were underexposed to Russ.
I think Russ is like for sure the click here for sure.
Yeah, I think he's a tier break, and I think the tier break decision is Russ versus Nurk, and it's where you come out on that. Obviously, Goat Hop Grower likes Nurk more there. Where do you come out on that in that 1v1?
Probably Nurk. I think Nurk is the choice there, just as far as like usage goes, and the matchup and projections also will tell you Nurk over Russ. So we're gonna see a flippening there very soon.
Should we be pushing up Strus with the potential that LeVert doesn't play, or is his price tag still fine?
I mean, it's definitely
my brain can't wrap around the second round Max Strus.
Yeah.
No one's can. This is so awesome.
Yeah, it's a bit of an issue there. I think I like Vassal over Strus.
Man,
as a kid,
okay. So Vassal goes there. Now we have the LeVert decision. Let's push it. Let's take your boy Mitch Rob. Let's walk with. He's your highest exposed right now. You said second highest exposed for you. Nick is convinced that Mitch Rob eats the absolute lunch of bean pull Evan Mobley in the low block, puts his hip into his hip, sends him into the first row. 5 dunks tonight. Higher on 5 dunks for Mitchell Robinson.
Isn't Nick's takes the same as my Vikings and Nez's Steelers takes?
Yes.
Basically. Ooh. Just got a Mobley Kawhi at the turn. That's pretty good. Ooh, NBA Live final. That would be fucking dope. That would be cool.
Yeah.
I love
we're here for history.
I love Brett's over here. Just immediately something that he's clearly been cooking up. He's just like, yo, sport for draft, give me McDavid, Seager, AD, Lamar. I'm like, okay,
that'd be
like,
so fun.
He already has the freaking 6-round board already mapped out. Like he knows exactly what's coming.
That'd be
Dude,
nice.
that'd be so fun to do something like that. It'd be hard to. You could do football, but it would just have to be like raw points, because like the correlation metrics of football would give you like an advantage. I think
Omni Battle Royale. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
guys. I can confirm that's not coming in the near future. So,
whoa, Mobley Swole AF. This is a new development.
Put some meat on them bones.
Dude, I think I could take that guy.
He had the Giannis workout plan after coming into the league.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Giannis got on that good.
The
whole milk.
Yeah,
smoothie diet.
Yeah, after he found out the Oreos, all of a sudden he's like, I can just be dipping these in whole milk the entire time. You guys seen that video, right?
No.
No.
He didn't know about Oreos and dipping them in milk. So he did it, and he lost his mind. He like, this is the greatest thing ever. Like this is the
so
best.
Pure.
I love America.
Should we do the T-box? Or do you want to get ahead of the Cole Anthony?
Is this what T-box is doing? The Jordan Goodwin? Is this why he's pushed up? That's great.
I usually take Goodwin over Anthony, but Anthony, I'm just Cole Anthony's gonna flip him soon. I would think.
You think so? You think it's Cole Anthony night?
I mean, I don't think so. I just know where he's been going, and where he's been going is like in front of Markelle Fultz and in front of Goodwin, and sometimes in front of Kelton Johnson.
Wow.
Okay. It's
people like Cole
Anthony.
Anthony.
Tough.
They like his hair.
He's a great interview. I just don't think I can do it.
Okay. I'm kind of drinking the Kool-Aid on. I think it was Nick who said it in the chat. That I'm kind of drinking the Kool-Aid on this, like a little bit more minutes from the bench, given how much the starters played. It's kind of like the exact same theory we had with the Lakers last night, where it was like I wasn't touching LeBron because I was like, he played 39 and went to overtime, and he's supposed to be on a restriction. I played 0% LeBron yesterday. Like
the NBA just is I mean, so many lies. It's just lies all over. Find the lies. Like if you're a good, I mean, it's just unbelievable with what's going on. Like
Clay's asking you when weekly winners pays out. Isn't that on Wednesdays?
correct.
Oof, tough scene, Clay. You're gonna have to open up that pocketbook.
Can't get into Tuesdays yet, buddy. Pairing Eric Gordon with Jordan Goodwin, is that cap ceiling? Is it too early to scroll down to Norm Powell now?
Zubats.
You like Zubats over that? Okay.
Yeah, I mean the Clippers are only playing like 7 dudes tonight. He doesn't really interfere with George and Russ as far as like what you need from him to pay off. Projections love Zubats tonight. They love him.
When Russell Westbrook's out there, you know who I want? The guy getting all the boards.
Yeah, you want the disposal.
Positive correlation between guy throwing it off the backboard and guy catching it.
Yes.
The restraint that I know you just had to have to not immediately click IQ.
I know,
Who's
right?
tonight's IQ? It's IQ, obviously.
Yeah.
Here's an interesting one. Trey Jones over Anthony Cole Cole Anthony straight up.
That's spicy. That is spicy. I'd say they're like they're big time equals for sure, but I mean, you can get Trey Jones 2 rounds later, so.
Brett Boy suggesting not just T-Box is on it, but Fantasy Life has Goodwin at 14th overall. To me, that means he plays more minutes than Gordon. And that means that, like, even if they start Gordon, it's like a short rotation, and then he's out there, and then he closes. Or they're both on the floor, and Grayson Allen is not, something like that.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, Okogie is still, like, getting his minutes, too. I love Goodwin. I mean, I take a lot of Goodwin, so I'm not opposed to that.
Okay. Numi, are there going to be $3 buzzer beater drafts added to tonight's game?
Potentially. We are I'm watching the fill rate of the main, so we got to make sure that thing gets cooking, and then we'll add accordingly. Right now, I'm going to go on a limb and say no. We're still working it out, trying to figure out what's the best. I'd like to have them every single day, but yeah, I can't take away from the main fill.
We've got another trade.
Do you want Suggs, Eubank, or D Wade?
Suggs.
Okay. I think Suggs. I think there's a clear break there. Sorry, I want to talk through this real quick before you tell us the trade. I think there's a clear break there. I think these two are my favorite left on the board here. Plumlee, you could sell me this pen if Zubac doesn't go. He's going to be the number one guy that skyrockets. But I don't think he kills you if Zubac gets ruled out in a couple hours, right? Which we don't think it's going to happen. But hypothetical scenario, how far does Mason Plumlee go? I don't know, 3, 4, 5 spots. He doesn't. It's not hey, I need to get Plumlee now.
He goes where Bones Highland goes.
Right. Okay. Anyone else down here? We've seen DiVincenzo, he filled it up the last couple games here, low minutes, but it was just the one game he had the 16 points, but contributing in multiple categories and whatnot off the bench for the Knicks there. Anyone else? Anthony Black?
Nope.
Probably not.
Fournier, if this was last year, but
yeah, he's a weird looking dude. I met him a couple times. He's huge. Weird ass beard. He's nice though. He's just lanky, weird. Okay, tell me the trade. Breaking news.
What is this trade there, buddy?
DPJ to the Lions.
DPJ to the Lions.
Huh. Oh my goodness, dude. Rip Jameson.
Dude, did you see Jameson's drop out of the backfield last night? They had this full.
I will never watch an Island game. Ever.
I was just flipping back and forth.
Whoa.
World Series is on, baby.
Did
you see the 49ers?
Let's finish our thought on this one first. Yeah, we saw the Chase Young one. Yeah, we talked about that one.
Oh, cool.
Is that the one, or is it something new?
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
Okay.
Continue. Sorry, that's nuts. Fun rental.
The DPJ, so it was they motioned him out, and they basically had a designed what you would use the split out running back for a designed wheel route, and then kind of like dump it over the top to him. And he was wide open in space. They got the mismatch that they wanted in man coverage. Nobody picked him up until the corner dropped down. He had 9 yards of separation, and it wasn't the best ball in the world, but all he had to do was just like turn his hands and just clank it. I mean, he catches that ball, he probably scores too, because it was at like the 18-yard line or something. He gets the first down for sure.
God damn it, man. That dude. Yeah.
Trade JMO for some DK coupons. I love it.
Yeah, it's down very bad for the JMO bags. It's officially time to concede.
And I mean, last night, Josh Reynolds scored negative fantasy points. Like, I was better off not even taking him. We talked about Josh Reynolds on that 2-game slate yesterday, how he was kind of like a defining line of who can score and who can not. Oh my God. Like, he scores negative. It's just like, oh, great. We should have been higher on Craig Reynolds.
Did Goff have a lot of fantasy points last night?
I don't think so, no. He's going to be beatable with like a lot of my good lineups. Like, I think the nuts going into Thursday night is Gibbs, the tight end, and then maybe Jacobs as well. So if you went double running back and then Laporta, I think that would probably be like the best construction you could have in. And then Will Levis with Hopkins.
When news, now news, by the way. Would check the lobby.
It's time.
When the news, now news, Numi's news, breaking news right now. News by Numi. New segment. Numi's news.
News.
You might just want to give it a quick little refresh.
All right, we give it a refresh here. What are we looking at?
We do a little scrolling.
Oh, I love to scroll. We scroll in to bomb, play action, primetime Palooza, BadgeBros brawl. Woo. All right, let's see what we got.
Slate's so gross. We needed 3-person drafts.
So main slate, Numi?
Main slate, 3-person drafts. Let's have some fun.
Wow.
Oh, baby. What a surprise.
3
Well done, my friend.
3-person main slate. Let's go, man.
Okay, so it's still 10-game main slate, but only 3-person lobbies.
Correct.
Oh, this is fun. Okay, friends and family to kick it off. Dare me to scroll, huh?
No, I don't think we got to dare you. Don't think we got to dare you.
Should Tony Pollard be the 101? Should Tony Pollard be the 101 in the inaugural BadgeBros 3-man?
It would only be right.
I mean, there's worse ways to spend $5, I guess.
A new bomb. There we go.
I mean, this contest will be like 99% Hurts, Lamar, and Dak, and nobody else at QB.
That's a really good shout.
Yeah.
Like, you can scroll, and just get like unique at purple like once, and you are immediately have like immense leverage.
Oh,
it doesn't say. It adds
announcing now.
It adds a fun game. Sorry, it just adds fun game theory to this. Like your whole slate, like anything that you prep for, it's like, well, it's out the window because I love them. So yeah, I thought this was a fun little play on how we do things here.
This is fun. Okay, let's think through this.
You get the 101 at the 1-2 turn, dude.
Alvin Kamara?
I'm just giving you shit.
Who do you guys want?
Jalen Hurts.
Okay. Dude, let's flip this slate on its head. Let's fuck both these guys. Do you guys want to fuck them?
I mean,
these guys both want to stack it up. We're going ones. We're going ones at the onesies. Boom!
Oh,
that's gonna be
it.
John has never
stacks.
been more back. You have never been. Bully John is fucking back.
You guys think you're gonna get some cheeky stacks in my lobby? Get
Hell no.
here.
No one's stacking here. Well, even though this guy's about to get Dak and you're not even going with Dak and CD. That's crazy. Well, I guess he doesn't have to go Dak yet. This certainly has to be CD. Oh, he goes Cooper Kupp.
Ooh, Cooper Kupp.
There we go. There we go. All right, now let's see. Crutch is gonna. You can't give us CD on the run
what's
back.
Kyle gonna do?
Kyle. They give us. Oh,
Jonathan
you
Taylor.
guys.
Okay,
close
we
it
gotta
down.
take CD here.
Yeah, that's without question.
Yeah, on the Hurts one. Now what do we do?
Bijan? Or no, we don't have to do that yet. No, we don't. Well,
No.
could. Olave. Dude, the world is our oyster.
You could just do. You could go down to get Mike.
I like
Evans.
Mike Evans.
Yeah, I
Go
like
get
Mike
him.
Evans, and then we just
I
bypass
like Mike
this tier.
Evans.
Get your
Yeah.
boy, man.
Yeah, let everybody else eat the chalk in the middle here. We like Mike Evans versus.
You know
versus
the
Houston
ownership
this
on
week.
these guys? It's gonna be insane.
Yeah. You know the leverage we're getting on Mike Evans right now?
You know
Not often you can say
combinatorial
that.
ownership it's gonna happen when we scroll and to get Mike Evans and then continue to scroll for 5 and 6.
Oh, damn. We gotta scroll. We gotta get to scrolling here. We can be the only person to have whoever you want. Oh, he knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
So running back, we gotta go.
Say Flowers.
We gotta get to scrolling.
Okay. Well, yeah, Bijan. I mean, don't tempt me with little Tony Pollard here, boys.
Oh no.
Hell
no. Ban list.
Man, it is a tough week on the main slate. How about Jerome Ford?
He's calling my name.
All right.
Who's calling your name?
Jerome.
You like it?
Oh yeah. Gotta go Jerome Rome. And then I think we should just stack up Hurts with Devontae, right? Like this is
I think that's pretty simple. You mean
enough.
who else is going to be? I mean, who's going to be going for Jerome Ford? You know what I mean?
I think I don't know. I think naked Hurts is kind of fine too. If you wanted to just go like another running back who's going to score more points than Devonta Smith.
Sure. You can do that. Just like
who is that player though?
Yeah, great question.
There it is. Ken Walker. Kenneth Chalker.
We're back, baby.
Let's go.
Ken Walker, the guy that is losing his job as we speak, it's slipping out of his grasp to the big beefy Charbonnet.
Yeah, it's true.
Is that scaring anybody?
He's aging like a fine wine, as his name suggests.
You guys seeing these usage splits? I mean, it's I don't know what's up with it. Maybe maybe Ken Walker's a little banged up, but it could be just Charbonnet time because Charbs is a great running back. I think we can say that with confidence.
Slate's so bad we don't scroll the F down. Yeah, man, he looks so physical. Like when he runs, he just looks like a dude who can run you over and hit you in the mouth, right? Like we talked about that. I don't know. GA saying Cup's going undrafted in his lobby. I mean, a lot of FUD around the Stafford thumb / UCL / whatever stuff, right? So
yeah, well, I think it's his UCL in his thumb. I think there is a UCL inside of your thumb, and because he went and when they did their dilly, their Philly special, he was reaching for the pylon. And I think that's how that injury took place.
No. That was the second time. So it happened again.
Yeah.
The first one was he's throwing across and then his thumb got caught in the face mask.
Oh, fuck, that hurts.
Yeah. And then it looked like who's their backup? I'm blanking right now. It looked like he was it used to be John Watford or Wilford or Wolford or whatever. It's not anymore. But it looked like the backup was getting ready on the sideline. And then he's nails, right? Like he used to play with broken ribs all the time. So he just comes out and he's like, yeah, I'm going to play ball. And then for whatever reason, you design the Philly special for your quarterback to catch a ball who is now, torn apart his thumb. It was such a bad play call. But then he dives for the pylon. Like the play, he makes an incredible catch, dives for the pylon, and then it happens again.
Yeah, they're just disarray, man.
Brett Rippin. As in ripping Stafford's thumb apart.
Across the field, just absolute darts to Puka and Cooper Kupp. It's just, I mean, can you picture this?
Man, that is
14 of 15, 150 yards, but he has a pick 6, and everyone's just talking down on him. But it doesn't matter for us because he has 2 tutties and he's moving the ball down the field. Just saying. Crazier things have happened.
No, I feel that. Chat's talking about with the Joshua Dobbs trade, keeping the Vikings season alive or trying to keep it alive. James asking if Kyler's going to start this week, and then Go Cards, who's got some boots on the ground, obviously, as his name suggests, saying it might be tune time. So be interesting to see what actually happens.
I'm pretty sure the word is it's tune. It's tunes time. And then I think after bye.
The Toon Squad?
Oh my
God.
Squad.
MJ special stuff. Toon Squad. Monstars. Clayton Toon's the guy you need. Easy game. Oh
Draft
my God.
Draft it.
Oh man.
You won't draft Clayton Toon in a 3-man. You won't.
Fire up another one.
Yeah.
you might be right on that.
Yeah, I found a scroll the F down option John will in fact not draft, and that is Clayton Toon.
I think maybe we save the primetime Palooza now that Numi, because I actually want to do a thorough one on the primetime Palooza, and I don't think we have time for it today because we got a hard out in about 15.
Yes.
So I don't think we have time to do the thorough primetime Palooza, do it justice. Maybe we'll do it after the BR primer tomorrow or a Thursday show as well back on this channel. We'll figure that one out. So sorry for the false advertising, but the Numi news was just too good. I think we have to do at least one more of the BadgeBros brawl there, and then maybe a hoops to close or something.
Okay, bet.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I mean these three-person lobbies just they fill and draft so quickly, so it should be no problem at all. I'm starting to second guess myself on some of these hoops slate takes and exposures I got going on after talking this out with you.
Why? Which one are you kind of walking back, or what's your mindset?
I just my the magic that I have are just really, really low. I just when I look at my exposures, I just thought they would be different, and I don't really like the way they look right now. I feel like I'm really light on a lot of guys that I didn't think I would be. So,
who's the guy you're light on right now that you want to be heavier on?
Paul George, like 100%. I thought I would have way more Paul George than I do right now, and I just don't.
Who do you think was going at 102 in lobbies in which Donovan Mitchell slid?
I would say it looks like a little bit of Mobley and then some of the Clippers.
Okay. Yeah, that's probably where the Paul George exposure went there when you were auto drafting and people were scared of the Q-Tag. Yeah. This is going to be AJ Brown for me all week. Do you guys agree with that take?
I like it.
Okay. Yeah, 100%. I'm still surprised that this total is not like this total is at like 46.
Yeah, I think the Dallas defense looked more like itself again last week, and people are a little more shook.
Well, I agree with that. It's just that like the Eagles are our forward field of 2023. Right. We've been saying it all. We've been saying it all year that their secondary is trash. Anybody with a pulse can throw on them, and I wish I had paid more attention to the total of that Commanders Eagles game, because I told you guys that like this game's going to shoot out. And like it's going to be awesome. And the total I think was like 43. And I wish I had known that, because I would have found somehow some way
on the clock
to get on that.
Oh no, I effed us, guys.
JT
Devontae Adams.
Sure, that's
JT. Let's do JT.
Devontae Adams is going to go undrafted in this.
Oh my, that's spicy. Just based off of last night's performance, man. How disappointing was the Jacoby Myers stuff too? They just could not move the football last night. What if we do something super cheeky and we do a Gardner Minshew double with Taylor and Pittman?
Jesus Christ.
Okay, fine. Too insane? You guys don't want to drink that?
That reaction didn't really...
Okay, we'll do the Thielen on the bring back. We're going to do Thielen on the bring back. Then we're going to do either Pittman or Downs plus Minshew. And then you guys can pick the tight end.
Another fun one, you could have got Jackson and then built out like a Zay Flowers, and then also got like everyone's most disrespected wide receiver in Tyler Lockett. So
Lockett does go really, really late in this.
But I understand that everything going on with
okay.
what is it, Boba with freaking all these other non-ancillary pieces.
Yeah, Jake Bobo.
Boba.
Yeah.
Yeah. TJ Hawkinson and eat the chalk here for Numi.
No.
The backup quarterback.
No,
okay,
not
fine.
with the backup.
Trey McBride.
Yes.
Trey McBride.
TJ Hawkinson with the backup?
With a different backup quarterback.
But Trey McBride with Clayton too.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was real. That was real time Drake meme. Real time Drake meme.
God, man.
We need a Colt.
Yeah, we're getting ahead of this Minshew steam. We gotta just take Minshew here. We gotta get ahead of the Minshew steam
because it's coming.
It's coming for sure.
Oh, we have never been more back with what just happened. I love it so much.
Yeah, that was real time Drake meme. So good. Oh god, Tony Pollard. Well, your team's dead.
Yeah, literally, just like throw that one in the dumpster.
I'm sorry, Blake. I'm sorry. You're going to timeout. Man.
I'm thinking back to this hoop slate. I might need like one or two, maybe just a smidge of Gary Harris for the Magic tonight. Just a smidge.
My man can't get hoops off his mind.
Dude,
did he
21 minutes last night?
Yeah, I was about to say he played good minutes last night. I remember seeing that. Okay, we're sticking to our guns and we are scrolling all the way downs for Josh Downs.
Love it.
All right, let's do it. Gardner Minshew double. That's what you need. The Jonathan Taylor conversation is going to be really interesting to have this week because he had the 90 yards before half and then just didn't touch the ball in the second half, and then they said there was an injury, and then there's a report that there wasn't actually an injury, and man, they just love Zach Moss. He was sick. Yeah. Classic illness, classic the Bijan treatment.
It's a little scary. It's for sure. Like, it's not what you want to see, like to not like have him be found on the field after like having some nice runs to start. I was definitely scared of an injury. Hopefully we get like full participation in practice because I want to be all over Taylor in this matchup. We've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for this. I want all of it.
Just look at your Dame Pierce exposure last week where it was like, you wanted to be over the field in a contrarian fashion to that game environment, to the better side of the matchup. And the passing game fell flat on its face, and then they just didn't use Dame as much as we had hoped, and he got called back at the goal line and the fullback got it. And
to that Taylor stuff, it's just it is concerning when a guy rips off a run like that, and we know what Jonathan Taylor can do, and then all of a sudden we have to put out an APB in the second half to see if this dude's around, if he's there, if he's alive. Like, it's just like, it's Jonathan Taylor.
It's not what you want for a guy that has had the ankle issues and is like trying to not lose his job to Zach goddamn Moss. It's not what you want.
Hey, Zach Moss, low-key top 5 in the NFL in rush yards this year.
Yeah, Zach Moss is going to be AFC Pro Bowl candidate. I don't know what you're talking about there, Nancy.
Low-key objective fact.
Brett, what are we alluding to with Kawhi here? Question mark. That's a scary one that I just
bounces the ball in the court.
Kawhi.
Just reminding
just
us.
Kawhi. Yeah, just remember, guys.
Yeah, Kawhi.
One more hoops.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah. How do I say? It's like B surf, B
spurf,
B spurf.
I see him quite a bit.
Yeah, and he's in the chat and stuff too. Just wanted to say the shouts, but I mean, I pronounce every Hooper's name wrong. Why wouldn't I pronounce every drafter's name?
Why would that ever change?
Yeah,
it shouldn't. Crash Rich is now in these hoop streets a little bit.
Yeah, man, he's got the bug. He's like, wait, I can just upload stochastic ranks and hit the plane.
That's literally all he does.
Yeah, and he doesn't even push the plane for us.
No,
he just lets it run out.
I can understand it though. I mean, if you just like don't have notifications on, it saves you a lot of time. But like, you know, just don't be a villain.
Yeah, this is what you got to do. You got to scroll in these BadgeBros brawl, man. Hawk and Cup going going undrafted out here with the backup quarterbacks. Just get on Trey McBride instead.
That is amazing. That is amazing.
Oh man, Tune below the Hayward line. This is a good one. I like this.
The Hayward line.
The Hayward line is the Mendoza line of drafts. If you find yourself below the Hayward line,
you are too deep. You need to start swimming up. You are way too deep.
Yeah.
We might have to just start looking ahead to Friday.
Crash is the worst non-push the planer. He's honorable mention. RT99 is the definitive Hall of Famer for that, and Jazar.
Yeah,
Jazar. Yeah. Those two they have a lifetime track record of it. But I'm with you, Sean. Like he's waking his way up there.
Yeah, especially because now we're gonna see him in Miami, so I get to.
Puck slate flipped on its head. What's happening, GA? McGoat back tonight? Is McGoat back?
McDust.
Oh, here we go. I got it for you. You ready for this? I'm gonna speak gibberish. Morning skate underway in Vancouver. Kevin Lankinen in the starter for the Preds, and he'll be his first start of the season.
Ooh, no Saros.
No, that's who it is. None of that guy. Yeah.
Yeah. No Saros. Nucky's gonna snip tonight.
Is that what it is? Is it the Nashville Preds versus the little Vancouver Canucks? Oh, you and Oaks got a little band on it. You got a little band on the game or what?
Band on the game. Yeah, I bet your ass I got rid of those tickets, right? No, I didn't have those ones.
Oh man,
I just took Kawhi over Mobley there. I don't know. Was that dumb?
No, I think it's projections will tell you that that's fine.
Yeah, I kind of feel that way. Wemby goes at the 7 there. We're left with this Jalen Brunson versus Westbrook versus Nurk decision.
I'm Brunson here.
Yeah. Is Brunson Brunson a tier, and then Westbrook versus Nurk's a tier, and then you kind of can do whatever you want. Maybe Ben Caro. Maybe Ben Caro's in that tier.
Yeah, Brunson's literally giving you that 25 burger, or he's giving you around 40 to 50. Like, you know what Brunson's giving you each night.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. It's very
and it's funny because you always know in like the end of the first quarter, start of the second, like if you're live or not, because it's just like, oh, has this guy clanked 8 shots in a row while the other guys are cooking? Well, wrap it up.
Yeah, we haven't had a Brunson game yet. I mean, he had one nice one, I guess, but like, we haven't had that end of last year's regular season Brunson where he cooked like 3-4 slates in a row where it was just like 50 burger, 50 burger, 50 burger, and you were dead without Brunson.
What is this talk about? What is happening? What happened about a guy on the ice?
Yeah, some guy got
oh dude, yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
That happened recently?
Yeah.
Man, it is
my Lord.
Filthy.
Oh, good. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, we won't talk. I'll look it up on my own end.
You don't watch the video. Who do you guys like here? Should we do the Collins thing to switch it up? Should we do the Mitchell Robinson stick to our guns, or should we do Keldon?
Ooh, Keldon.
All right.
I don't know, man. We're just clicking buttons at this point, right?
Why? Who did you like, Nez?
I mean, I'm Collins over Keldon.
Yeah.
Yeah. It seems very similar.
Well, not really.
Keldon,
Keldon's
not at all.
Keldon's a bucket getter. Collins is like, yeah, you're gonna get some boards. You might get some stocks. Keldon's just like he's either scoring buckets or he's giving you nothing.
What's more projectable in hoops? Boards, right? Like just in a vacuum.
Probably points scored.
Right.
I mean the points for sure.
Yeah.
And then is this a Rydock burner going on here? What is going on?
That's one that I am like worried about. Is like my Okoro exposure is really low. And I don't like that very much. He's down for me, but I think ETR has him below Bones Highland.
Okoro?
Yeah, but that's probably not with the Levert
right
news.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. If you get Levert news, then it pushes. ETR like just does like windows of updates. Like Stochastic progressively does it like throughout the day with like news drops and stuff like that. That being said, man, like mean projections are just I wish I was smart enough to just start making my own ones better.
Me too.
And like just manipulating minutes and stuff like that on your own terms and building the model, the hashtag model.
It would be that would be a fun venture to go on, but I just rely on smart people to do that.
Boots on the ground from T-Bear here. Terrence saying that Keldon shot's too long. He's hitting back rim too much.
Too much legs.
Too much legs, man. He's too springy early in the season. Should we lean into that narrative?
Okoro?
Let's go with our guy Garrett. Garrett knows what's up.
People love Okoro and yeah, I wanna be in the Okoro party with the Discord, man. That's just something. I just have too much FOMO. Everybody wants him.
Dude, look at Garrett's picture. He's literally wearing a hoops, Jay. You don't think this guy knows hoops?
Oh, he knows ball.
He knows ball.
He rolls out of bed and just ball.
Yeah, you don't think this guy loves the hardwood? Come on.
It's my resident Zoomer right there.
He literally feet on the hardwood at all times for that man.
I'm scared to pronounce his name because I got ridiculed in chat earlier.
What?
Okogie.
Oh, dude, you said Okogie.
How do you say it?
It's Okogie.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like what?
It can't possibly
At that point, the bit gets put back to you. Where even if you say it right, we now put in your head that you think you said something wrong.
Yeah, Chad put me in a body bag in the chat earlier here.
I don't know what they're talking about. You've been doing a great job.
Yeah, look at this. He spelt it wrong.
Okagi. Josh Okagi.
Chad is none the wiser.
Hey, you gotta put some respect on Timberwolves legend over there. Josh
Timberwolves legend. Oh man.
Yeah, so I wonder, like, if you roll out Levert, they've got 30 minutes on Okoro. Like, they're like, what are you gonna give him 2 more minutes? And then that does like what to his projection? Like,
right. No, it's fair.
Yeah, he's not a fan. Yeah,
they've got him like
I don't
at
think
the
it's
bottom
the
of our
minutes.
player pool.
I don't think it's like the minutes you give him. I think it's the usage that you transfer. So like, what is his split on and off the court? Right?
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
So like at that point, it's not like minutes thing. It's a usage split thing. And then if you corrected for that, I mean, what does he become?
Yeah. I think it's just, you'll never know.
21% usage player or something.
You'll never know.
Not even
night until it's too late. Like,
yeah, it's
like
fair.
I mean, it's just the same for everyone, but you will legitimately never know until all of a sudden it's just like, oh my God, Isaac Okoro is literally playing NBA Jam out there. It's just fire. Like, it's just nonstop. Like, it's
that
like
would be
modern day.
That would be my nightmare.
MJ Soul overtook Isaac Okoro for a second, and he's just gonna ball.
You will catch me tilting if that's the case.
Carlos with this is the best thing that can happen in the chat. Wearing a shooting sleeve when he drafts. Can you imagine if I just go shooting sleeve on just this arm with the mouse?
You guys don't have the warm-ups and everything. When you get down to the 100, you take them off
yeah,
and then you start
go tearaways. Just like
you get done with your 100s draft, 101 to 150. You tear those bad boys off. You get a little sweat on there. Like, what are we
coming off the bench?
This isn't common.
Rotorun off the bench.
Yeah.
Start fucking throwing some chalk and shit.
Yeah. John gets a GM. He walks over to the kitchen. All of a sudden, just
keeping the bag of chalk on the desk just to get ready. Yo, I got the little stick 'em with the shoes, just like a little one of these.
Yeah.
I wish I have these little thumb sleeves that go on your thumbs, and I wish I don't know where they went because
man, you drafted thumb sleeves.
No, that would be so fire because I wear them because I'm a dude. You don't want to see me in the mobile game streets. I got them for that.
You get one of those like
evening.
You get one of those hyper vices just specifically for your right arm, just because you're constantly doing that and you're a little tight up here. So like every morning you do a little hyper vice just to get that knot done. You're get ready. Oh man.
My wife just came in and said that she threw away my tip knits.
Tip knits, that's what they're called.
What the this is
Oh,
bad.
the
We're gonna have to have a
audacity.
talk.
Oh,
The
no.
audacity, bro.
Looks like Pitbull's +1 in Miami.
Let's do this. Wait, if we press that one, there we go.
Yeah.
All right,
Get,
cool.
Get him down there. GA, I
Um,
play Brawl Stars.
What's Brawl Stars?
Oh, really?
The best
You play
mobile
Brawl
game
Stars?
that ever exists. It's like a little shooter. It's like third-person shooter. You get little
Yeah.
characters, and then you hold the
You
phone.
need a Switch, man.
You
Get
hold
a
the phone
Switch.
like this, and then the joysticks are like your touch screen, and then like you aim, and then you move, and then you got like other like little like super. Oh man,
Okay.
I play a ton of GA. Add me on Brawl Stars, man. I'll carry you.
I'll carry you.
Brawl Stars. I'll carry you.
Dude, if anyone played Clash Royale, I'm not talking Clash or Clash of Clans, like Clash Royale. My buddy got me into that. He's a legend in it. Literally, he had to stop. He had to download it because his entire screen time was Clash Royale. I'm talking legit.
I thought you guys were fucking nerds for playing Underdog. Look at these actual nerds.
Oh, dude,
I love it.
I'm tower level 13 in Clash Royale. Like, come see me. Come see me.
Man.
Wait, really?
Dude, everyone likes this. Holy, you guys are all over this? Wow,
Yeah.
I'm an outlier here.
Nothing
Holy.
surprises me more than crutches
40-year-olds
being
don't know how to operate touch phones.
I tried to have sex in high school. That's just.
And what was that? 20 years ago?
Yeah, sure. Of course, you're not playing on your freaking Nokia. All right, end it up. Oh man,
what an ending! That might be our most legendary ending in a long time.
Also, not everybody lives in the greatest city on earth, where wherever you go looks like a picture straight out of freaking Travel Mag. Like, Christ.
Tried is the key word. This is so good. Oh, what a great ending to the show. All right.
I love it so much.
Appreciate Nez. Appreciate you, Numi. Thank you so much for the contest, bro. That's a great little wrinkle on a gross slate. I will find some ways to make it more fun. We saw a little chatter in the DMs and the Discord there that people were scared of AJ Brown and Hurts and blah blah blah. If you want to get that AJ Brown and Hurts, it's probably there every time in these 3-man. So go ahead and do that, and then you get your exposure there instead of in the battle royale, and then you don't have to worry about it.
100%. And I'll leave this here. This will be my parting words before you ask me anything before we go. This is gonna be it. We got one more fun thing coming tonight. Starting, I did tease coming November. We're gonna be doing basically just a quick little every week little give back way. It's just going to be kind of simple, so don't get any elaborate plans. Just trying to help you guys out, and you'll see it tonight because it'll be for tomorrow. But yeah,
okay. So the November 1st contest that you were talking about will be up tonight at the turn of the clock. Blah blah blah.
Correct. Yes, and wait to Kyle to actually hear actually hear that mispronunciation may have been John. So anyway, take it on, brother.
Oh, great stuff. Fun show. Good luck to everybody in the hoop streets tonight. Good luck to everybody drafting. We'll be back tomorrow for the Battle Royale primer. Please do us a favor, hit that like, that subscribe, that notification. We got 60 some odd of us still hanging out to the bitter end here. So please help us keep coming back by hitting that like, that subscribe, all that fun stuff, and share it with your friends, guys. We're just here hanging out, giving away the best plays. I mean, share it with your friends. Do us a favor. Anyways, on behalf of Numi, Nez, who abruptly left because we called him a nerd for his gaming thumb mitts. How could you not be a nerd for gaming thumb mitts?
Hey, I will say, man, I have 4 Xbox controllers here, all different. Some with paddles.
The elite one with the paddles, and oh my god, dude, you guys are such.
We got the paddles.
Oh god!
And over here, you want a different?
No, get out of here! Okay, everybody's favorite time of the show. Paddles. Yeah, he's got it plugged in case the other one runs out of batteries.
I can't have that input lag. No input lag, baby.
All right, everybody's favorite time of the show. The end. See you tomorrow on the Underdog Daily channel. Peace.